So the winner from yesterday's book giveaway is right here. So congrats to you, you won the book Rise and Grind by Daymond John from Shark Tank. So hopefully you enjoyed that book, and for today's video, I'm giving away the book right here, How to Win at the Sport of Business by Mark Cuban. So Mark Cuban, he's also on Shark Tank. In this book, it's a small book, it's pretty short, but it really impacted me a lot, you know, hearing Mark's story, basically a very brief story of how he went from nothing to a billionaire. So it's a great book, hopefully you enjoy it. If you want to win, all you have to do is drop a like on this video and drop a comment on why you want to win, and the comment that I like the most is the one I choose to win the book, have it shipped directly to your door. So if you haven't won one of my book giveaways yet, just continue to participate and you will eventually win. Probably, a lot of people enter usually, so it's sort of hard to pick the best comment. But anyways, thank you so much everyone supporting me. Make sure you drop a like on this video. This is basically a story of how I lost some money and got scammed when I was really young. Guys, my course is finally live. I've been working on this for months now since I had opened it in January, and now I'm relaunching it from Friday to Sunday. So it is open. The link is in the top of the description. Go check it out. Let me know if you have any questions. Shoot me a DM on Instagram and I'll help you out. And yeah, guys, it basically shows exactly how I take a store from zero to over $1,000 a day, step by step. Tons of new content in there, so I'm excited for everybody that gets in there. And also, I am giving away $500 worth of business books to one person who joins my course over this weekend. I'm not sure exactly yet how I'm gonna choose that person, but it's gonna be someone that joins my course. 500 bucks worth of business books shipped directly to your door from Amazon. So anyways, today I have a little bit of a story time video on how I lost $1,000 when I was 12. So you know, this is a video I probably did not want to make. I've talked about this a little bit here and there. I don't think I've ever made a video about it, like a whole actual story time about it. But yes, I lost $1,000, and as an early 12-year-old, you know, with these different business ventures trying to make money and all that stuff, $1,000 is a lot of money. And when you take that hit of losing $1,000, it does not feel good. But for me, I like to learn from my mistakes. And you know, at that time, I didn't really understand everything financially about money, money management, how money works, how basically the world works, and how money, you know, it can equal to a lot. So $1,000, I didn't really see much value in it, but I ended up looking back at it. I mean, it's not a ton of money, but $1,000 is a lot of money. It's all relative to how much someone makes and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, I was 12 years old. I was back in the time where I was growing Vine accounts, doing ads on Vine accounts that I had big accounts with, and I had switched over to Instagram, and I was trying to get all these big Instagram accounts because this is when it was sort of all hyping up as influencers at the time, where, you know, you could get up as an influencer sort of fast by shout out for shout out if you had a decent sized account, and just continue to grow pretty fast, and then sell shoutouts, make a lot of money, and that kind of thing. Dropshipping wasn't really big around then. This was, what, 2013? So it wasn't that big then on e-commerce with Shopify and all that kind of stuff like it is now, and how it's been blowing up like crazy. This was back in the times where it wasn't really around much, and I was just a little influencer, a little kid, you know. I had this big Instagram account, so what I did was I switched over from my big Vine accounts that I grew, and I sold them and actually used that money to buy a big Instagram account, and it had 500,000 followers, and I was using that, you know, shout out for shout out. I had a co-owner with me, and we were actually, you know, just trying to grow the account so we could start selling ads, start making money, and then grow other accounts off of that. But the thing was, we were getting sidetracked by the money by doing affiliate marketing, so the account wasn't growing as fast, and we weren't really spending time growing all these other accounts. So back then, in that time, it was so easy to grow an account from nothing to a big account. If you had a big account already, you were able to, you know, shut up that account and get it growing super fast. So it's something I sort of regret not doing, but hey, you know, you just have to look back at things and learn sort of what to do and what to avoid in the future. So that's sort of what happened with this mistake. I was 12 years old, and I was trying to grow my Instagram domain, you know, own all these big accounts so I could continue to make a lot of money and all this kind of stuff. I mean, I wasn't really making a lot of money. I was making decent money for my age then, you know. 50 to 100 bucks a day is pretty good for a little 12-year-old, you know, making money online, not doing any manual labor really. So what I did was I wanted to buy an account, so I was on the lookout, and you know, buying and selling Instagram accounts is against their terms, Instagram's terms. So you sort of have to, you know, have these trustworthy connections where you can buy an account, stuff like that. So I had this network. I used the messenger app Kik. That's what we all use for shout out. I'm sort of just talking to each other because we weren't going to give out each other's numbers, and DMs weren't really, you know, that big. Did they even? Yeah. I was on the scope for a new account. I got a message from someone saying, hey, I know my friend, he's selling this active 400K account for a pretty good deal. So, you know, of course, I wanted to learn about it, see what this price was, what the account was. So what I did was I hit up the guy, and he's like, yeah, this is the account, blah, 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 and I want $2,000. So at the time, I didn't really have $2,000 to spend on a new Instagram account. So I was sort of like, I don't know if I could do that. So I really liked the account. It seemed like a pretty good deal, and honestly, I look back at it, it was way too good to be true. The engagement was super high for what he was asking for. You know, that account was worth a lot more. So I had him send screenshots, you know, be like, hey, I want to make sure you own the account. Send me screenshots of you in the account. And, you know, he did that, and I was trying to make sure that he owned the account, but he ended up not even owning it. So he ended up scamming a bunch of people. But anyways, back to the story about what happened to me. I was messaging him, and I was like, nah, man, $2,000 does not work for me. So we were negotiating back and forth. I really wanted this account. The more we were negotiating, the more I wanted the account. And we ended up settling at $1,000 somehow. And that should have been the first red flag to me that he went from $2,000 to $1,000. You know, that's a 50% jump. He went basically all the way down to $1,000. So I was super excited, and I was like, $1,000, I got it. And I had a student PayPal under my dad's name, so, you know, I didn't have too much power. I could have money sent to me, but I couldn't like transfer to a bank or anything because it was under my dad. So I had a little bit of money saved up in there, and I went to buy this account. You know, it's all through Kik, or actually I had the text messages in. I probably still have them somewhere. But anyways, I went to buy this account. I was like, all right, man, send me the PayPal. I'll send you your money, and then you send me the password. And I thought it was all going to be good. So we were actually on a FaceTime call. I wanted to make sure we were on the phone so we could talk about it and stuff like that. So I was on the phone talking to him for a little bit, and then we decided, all right, we're going to finally do this. So he gave me the PayPal. We were on the phone at this time, and I sent him the money, and I was like, all right, man, what's the password? And then, boop. He hung up the phone. He hung up the phone and was gone. I tried texting him, and I was like, what's up, man? And I tried to call him back and stuff like that. And then it started to hit me, you know, my little 12-year-old self. I was like, oh no, I just got scammed. I just lost my money. You know, but I was pretty confident that I could dispute it with PayPal and get my money back. You know, PayPal is usually pretty good with that. But with the student account, ended up not being in my favor. Somehow, this guy was able to take my money, transfer it to his bank super fast, and then whenever I went to dispute it, there was like, there's no money there and stuff like that, and it was very confusing. And, you know, really, he won the dispute, just, I have no idea how. Somehow he had this power. I don't know what exactly he was doing. He's a smart guy, a smart scammer. And then my dad got involved because I was like, Dad, can you try to dispute this for me? Because I couldn't do it as a student account. My dad was the owner, so he had to be able to do it. And I was 12 years old. I remember being in school, and, you know, I really wasn't thinking much of it. The next day at school, I was like, man, I just lost that money. I was just thinking, you know, that's a loss. I was stupid. I'll learn from it. And then my dad was like pretty pissed off, and he was trying to get the money back. He was like calling the guy and stuff, and the guy was like threatening me and my dad. He was like, yeah, I have a gun, and like all this crazy stuff. So the guy was threatening us, and for $1,000. So this guy was, you know, pretty money hungry, and he was scamming a bunch of people apparently. Apparently he did the same thing to a bunch of people, and, you know, nobody ever knew that this same guy was scamming all these same people. So it really sucked. It ended up being a crappy situation. I wasn't able to get my money back. But I ended up learning from this, learning that, you know, you actually have to know these people, know them for a little while, gain some credibility from them, or have a middleman or something like that, where, you know, everything goes through smoothly. So now if I ever buy an Instagram account, you know, there's a lot of stuff you have to go through. You really have to trust that person in order to know that, you know, that account isn't going to get stolen or hacked, or you're not even going to get the account at all. So it sort of sucks being a 12-year-old losing $1,000, but hey, you live and you learn from your mistakes. That's what happens. So, you know, I don't really regret it. I mean, I guess if I look back on it, I do regret, you know, sending the money. I wouldn't have done it if I knew that was going to happen. But at the same time now, I'm like, it's whatever. But I made it back now, you know. I made that back a long time ago, so it's not something I'm too worried about. But I always think that that's a good story. You know, at 12 years old, you don't know too much about money. And I ended up getting scammed and losing $1,000. So that was the first and last time I ever got scammed for that much money. So you live and you learn, people. Just try new things, figure out what's good, what's bad, and you'll continue to learn. Just learn from your mistakes, but also from other mistakes. Don't just learn from yourself. Learn from what others are doing and what they're doing wrong, so you know how to pave your path straighter than the other people. So that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little story time. Make sure you check out my course. If you're interested at all, shoot me some questions on Instagram or anything like that. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.